My name is Jonathan Lykes. I'm a co-chair of the DC chapter of Black Youth Project 100 and a program analyst at the Center for the Study of Social Policy. In Black Youth Project, we are quite simply trying to start this generation's freedom movement through community organizing, through grassroots leadership-based accountability, and through building relationships with people to help build power to fight against organized money. How I got involved in my line of work is really about the various identities that I live every day. So I am Black, I am queer, I am an organizer, I grew up poor and in the hood, and the conglomerate of those identities is what shapes my value system, which is what shapes the work that I do in communities and with LGBTQ youth of color. Audre Lorde said that we don't live single issue struggles, so there's no such thing as living a single issue life. So I think Black, gifted, and whole means living out all of my identities at the same time, not only bringing part of myself into the room, but bringing my full self into the room in beauty and in truth and in Blackness unapologetically. I really think my purpose in life is to express agape love to people authentically. I think we often get so caught up with the day-to-day lives that we live and the traumas that we've experienced in the past that sometimes we forget the importance and the power that love can bring to people. We forget how it brings people together and how it can shape what Black liberation can truly look like. I think my philosophy of life is definitely based around the pedagogy of the oppressed idea. I think we always have to be able to contextualize who is oppressing us and not reiterate that oppression to others. So I think we have to constantly think about the privileges that we bring into the room, but also what our identities mean in regards to privilege and oppression. So I think that we do need to think about the history of colonialization in the Black community and the history of power and patriarchy and how those different things have impacted people we care about. I think my best piece of advice for living is to always uplift the community. I think we get so caught up in the idea of individualism that we forget that we're more powerful and more strong together as a unit. So I think we have to be community-minded and community-focused as we're moving toward Black liberation. If I had the power to solve one problem in the world, it would be undoing white supremacy. I think it literally is the silver lining to a lot of the social issues we experience and face in our society, and we're often trying to solve manifestations of an issue instead of going to the root of things. So I think oftentimes I contextualize that root as the history of white supremacy, the history of colonialization, the history of aristocracy, and this idea that a few people need to hold all of the power. I think even W.E.B. Du Bois, at the end of his career, did not believe in this idea of the talented 10th. He's saying, no, we all have to be lifted up, and we have to think of this idea of community, and we have to foreground that idea. It can't be an afterthought. I would like my legacy to be centered in love, hope, and community. I wish my community would unapologetically and perpetually participate in the expression of Black joy and Black love. My name is Jonathan Lykes, and I am Black, gifted, and whole.